Captain's Log Supplemental. I was just briefed by Chief Engineer Dable. Apparently we're still finding leftover modifications from crewman Bernicki. In doing some routine maintenance, the engineering team found that Bernicki had increased the torque on the emergency blast shield door motors in engineering. It apparently closed so fast it split Ensign Uquip in half as he was running the test. Luckily, his body is gelatinous, so he just fused back together when the door was opened. But boy, was he cranky about it.
Welcome back to another episode of Captain's Log Supplemental. My name's Rob, and as always, I'm joined by my two friends and co-hosts, Stanford.
Yo!
And Chris.
Hey there.
As well as producer Mariah.
She's muted. She's muted. She can remember.
Hi there.
Hi. Captain's Log Supplemental is a Star Trek rewatch podcast. Each week, we cover another episode of Star Trek, marching ahead in chronological order by stardate. If you like what you hear, we'd appreciate you taking the time to rate and review us on your podcast supplier of choice. Those ratings go a long way to help us reach out to more Star Trek fans. So this week, we have watched Star Trek Enterprise Season 2, Episode 18, The Crossing.
Named after non-denominational churches everywhere.
Straight to the fucking point, Rob. Like, you don't like talking.
No, I don't. I do not enjoy small talk.
So anyway,
do you have small talk?
So of course I do. It's my job. So this kid comes to this kid. My son has a friend down the street. His name is Jack. And Rob, you have heard this story, but I don't believe Chris you have. And he comes over and he's having pizza with us because it's like D&D night or something. And so, like, Liam and Jack are eating pizza. I'm sitting in the kitchen. So I'm like, oh, hey, Jack, how's school going? You know, just trying to make a little talk with the kid. He's 9. He's the same age. Actually, he's like a week older than Liam because his birthday
He just
was
turned
like,
10.
Yeah, like on Wednesday. And I was like, so Jack, how's school going? And he's like, it's good, but I just got rejected by a girl I like.
What?
And I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. And like they're at that age where that's going to start, like, they're going to make that transition. Liam has not yet, my son. So he's like, what are you talking about? But like, I'm like,
Yeah, specifically, what does it mean to be rejected by a woman?
Right. But like the conversation moved on before I had to answer that question in front of God and everybody. So but Jack's like, but it's okay. That's just what being a man is. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then this child, he has so much autism, but he said and I mean, to me, like, being a man is going down the scary water slide at my age. Like, to me, being a man is going down the scary water slide without being scared. Like, I got no notes. Like, it sounds, yeah, I think that is, I think there's a song about that. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you ever want to know what makes a man, it's that scary water slide.
I can tell why he and Liam are friends.
But, and Liam's still like, who the fuck is he talking about? What the shit?
He's going to start Googling some weird shit.
What does it mean to be rejected by a woman? Oh shit, he's going to end up on an incel fucking page.
He's going to ask Alexa.
So, also, happy Super Bowl, I guess. Technically today, I think it's going on right now, right?
It is as we speak in the third quarter.
Yeah, we are. I am not a football person, but I am from Kansas City, so, you know, I am aware of the Super Bowl.
They do frequent it quite a bit lately.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it's been a pretty boring game.
That was not the case when I was younger and actually kind of followed football. Like, the Chiefs were terrible.
Oh, they were ass for the longest time.
Straight booty cheeks.
Straight booty cheeks, yes.
Well, now the concussions and brain damage have caught up with them enough that they are good at football.
Right. Well, and I think what they did was they just made sure that no one from the team was actually from Kansas City, and that way they could do better, I guess.
Yeah, that's how football works.
Yeah, totally.
We were at, I was at karate. Liam had a belt test today at karate, and the sensei comes in and goes, may the millionaires in tights that you prefer give the millionaires in tights that you do not prefer the brain damage on this fine Sunday.
Oh, Jesus.
God damn. And then he mentioned Taylor Swift's carbon footprint. So anyways, I think he's good people.
Yeah, I've never loved that man more.
Oh. So anyways, this fucking episode.
Yeah, this episode of Star Trek Enterprise. Yeah. This week is The Crossing. We open up with Reed trying to evaluate an approaching vessel coming up behind Enterprise. The ship is massive, over 500 meters wide, and even the Vulcan database doesn't recognize the design.
It's got no warp signature.
Nope. The front of the ship
impression is terrible.
Now, yeah, well, I tried it like halfway through the word signature, and it was like it was too late to back out.
Yeah. Yeah. So the front of the ship like opens up like a baleen whale as it catches up to Enterprise.
I was say about like what appears to be a giant whale shark swallows the Enterprise.
It's like, my note here is the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. The like inside of this thing is totally hollow. It's just a massive like ship bay, and they just swallow Enterprise whole, and then we get some Faith of the Heart.
Nom noms. Enterprise tasty.
We come back to Archer calling for a tactical alert, which seems a little late to me. But all of the weapon systems are all offline, and Trip reports that the engines also went offline. And for whatever reason, T'Pol can't detect any biosigns on the ship that just captured them.
You know, and they say this like, what the fuck? As if they weren't at like a space Jiffy Lube that had the same fucking thing going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they could have at least like offhandedly like, oh, it doesn't look like the same configuration as that station we were at, so I don't think it's the same people or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Archer,
I was
Archer
expecting... Did y'all ever play the game Spy Hunter? Like back in the day?
Spy Hunter?
You were like a
you mean
car...
Spy versus Spy?
No.
Oh, no.
Spy Hunter. You were like a car with machine guns and shit. Well... Your upgrades and stuff, you would like drive into like the back of a truck, and then like it would spit you out with like an upgrade or like your armor repaired or whatever.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I thought of when I was watching this shit. I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking Spy Hunter. Obscure fucking early 90s video game.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of obscure 90s things that happened here, Archer directs Travis to like move the camera, which is clearly like on a little joystick that you operate with 2 fingers at a time, given how accurate it is, and like directs it up into the ceiling where they see these like weird vapors swirling on the roof of the bay.
Enhance.
Yeah, enhance. So naturally, he grabs Trip and Reed for an EVA with the shuttle pod.
There's some weird shit floating out there. Let's check it out, guys.
Yeah. As they leave the shuttle, they realize that the atmosphere inside the bay starts to shift to match that of Earth.
Another excellent time to mention that Space Jiffy Lube.
Mm-hmm. They spot more of those little vapor bubbles floating around the bay, and one of them just jumps inside Trip and body swaps with him.
It goes right into his fucking skull. Just no, if you may. Like, it was just fucking right into there.
Yeah, it kicks, the equivalent version of Trip out of Trip's head. And he goes off and has what sounds like a very wonderful out-of-body experience.
It's pretty chill, it sounded like. I mean...
Yeah. Reignites with an old flame and winds up in Tarpon Springs, Florida. He eventually does come back to, and Archer and Reed take him back to Enterprise for a medical evaluation. In the decon room, Phlox doesn't sense anything off with him. Definitely, no more visible vaporous wisps just kind of floating in and taking people over. But he shuts off the comms to confer with Archer, which, like, speaking as someone with anxiety, if my doctor ever did that to me, I think I would just pass out. That's got to be so nerve-wracking.
They're all being pretty flippant about this.
In clear, visible range of, he's like, sees their mouth moving. He's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about right now?
He's like, what happened to the comms? Yeah.
Now they're all like, hey, remember when Trip got mind fucked by that wisp? That was good times. Let's get a drink.
He's probably going to die. It's hilarious.
This is amazing.
Oh, hey, does this count as Trip getting violated for anybody
We've
still
already
playing their
checked
bingo
it
card?
off, but I would have counted it if we hadn't already checked it off.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good.
I am getting bingoed later tonight, though.
T'Pol checks in with Archer. Says that the officers are nervous but remaining calm, which good on them for doing both at the same time, I guess.
Man, and T'Pol is like we don't know that their intentions are violent.
Bitch, they ate us.
Bitch, arrest is a violent act. Like, it's the definition.
Yeah. Trip's wisp friend drops into engineering to pay a visit and borrow his body again.
Kermit Dorcas, his fucking engineering assistant.
Yeah. One of his engineers calls Archer after Trip starts acting weird and just bails on engineering.
And what's the
Archer
first
tries-
thing? What's the first thing disembodied consciousnesses always do when they get a body?
Go get food.
They fucking eat. Every goddamn time.
Yeah. Yeah,
So that butterscotch pudding looked good, though.
All of that food looked good. Dude, like, it makes me wonder how upset later Enterprise crews were that they didn't have chefs on board anymore. And, like, they had to use the replicators to get food.
I don't know, I mean, in TNG, had Guinan making drinks.
I guess.
Yeah, and
Shit
on
like
Voyager, they had fucking Neelix whipping shit up.
It's true.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just you, Rob.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just you being
it's just
disappointed. Captain Daddy's making spaghetti with eggs in it.
that's right.
Spaghetti eggs.
The Trip's body snatcher visits the mess hall to sample some human delicacies. I love how, like, pleased he was about bread, like sliced bread.
Have you ever tried this?
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, the most basic food in human history, yes.
Then the body double then tries to calm Archer, Reed, and T'Pol down by saying that, don't worry, Trip will be back in a bit. Trip's off visiting the Wisp's incorporeal realm again, or non-corporeal, I should say. And the Wisp says it's been a really long time since its people have encountered corporeal beings.
Wait,
And,
hold on.
Yeah.
What is the difference between incorporeal and non-corporeal?
Is this like inflammable and flammable? Is this the same thing?
I don't know. I just remember everywhere I looked in the notes for this episode, it just kept saying non-corporeal over and over again.
You corrected yourself, so I was like, oh shit, do those mean different things? I don't know.
I think I'm led to believe they do, judging by the fact that nobody called them incorporeal. It was always non-corporeal.
Yeah, I hear that typing. Get it, Chris. Get it.
Get it, Chris. So anyway, while he's looking
same
that
thing.
up.
Same thing.
Oh, it is. Okay, perfect. Well, then I don't have to worry about correcting my notes. These things are fascinated by the humans. The Wisp says that their people used to be corporeal as well, but then evolved into their new incorporeal forms. They want time to inhabit human bodies to experience the way that their ancestors lived. Allegedly.
But I want to point out that they also fly in a
I
corporeal
was
ship.
just about to say they've
Sure
got a
do.
big ass solid ship there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will come up later. So Trip returns to his body as the Wisps release Enterprise back out into space, I guess as a show of goodwill. And then that Wisp just jumps out into space. Later on in the episode, they very specifically say these things can't survive in space.
And then after that moment, they still jump out into space a couple times. So I don't know what the fuck was the point of that line of dialogue.
Yeah, a couple
also,
dozen
how
of
did
them
they
do at the end.
know that they couldn't, quote unquote, couldn't survive in space? I don't
T'Pol picks it up during her mind meld experience.
Oh, is that what it
during
was?
her battle, her fucking her scanner fight there that she does.
Her brain aneurysm fight, yeah.
So once again, Trip says he's had amazing experience while he was incorporeal and insists that he was fine, and says the Wisps are inviting the whole crew to try out this whole body swap thing that they call The Crossing, hence the name of the episode. We get Archer monologuing to himself with a captain's log. I like how he just notes that he hopes that he's not space racist for not trusting these things. Phlox interrupts him to tell Archer one of the Wisps tried to swap with him in sickbay, but it doesn't seem like he's compatible with him.
The denobulant brain is like, fuck you non-corporeal dick. I like how one of the, I don't know if it's the one inside Trip, but like the one of them was talking to Archer and was like, come on, you say you're an explorer. Come on, open your mind to just being straight abducted. Like, what explorer? Yeah, whatever. It's like, Jesus.
So we see another one in what is the most comical chase scene in all of Star Trek I think I've ever seen. Just chasing Reed, who's like booking it, opening fire with phasers to no effect. Of course, the thing catches him and then successfully swaps in.
And then immediately turns into Star Trek horny.
My note here is, I assume all women look at Reed this way. He's a walking HR disaster. And then it's this. That woman's not surprised by Reed being inappropriate. T'Pol doesn't even surprised. Have you been drinking? Lol, no women are surprised. Like,
well, you missed the part where he starts talking like a Ferengi in the turbo lift.
Yeah. Are you a female?
Just
leering at this poor crew
and
member.
that woman is completely not surprised by him being a creepazoid. Like,
no. Yeah, he just like jumps into the lift with her.
Did you know that? Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah. It's like, can I? Oh, God, what did he say about T'Pol? He's like, in order to like successfully mate.
Oh my God!
You need to take your clothes off or something like that.
If you removed your clothes, yeah.
He's fucking like, you're the hottest bitch on this ship, motherfucker.
By the way,
let's go.
Of course, T'Pol is dressed in the tightest little nightshirt.
Yes. Yeah. But
yeah, with no midriff.
But what does Reed manage to pull off in this scene? One single sensual ear rub.
Oh, what? I missed it.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he reached out and she backed off.
Nope, she didn't. She let him do it. Because she, fucking sensual ear rub. Bingo, baby. Woo!
Well, there you go.
That gets me. That was the last one I needed to go all the way across. Let the fucking... Man, all 5 of mine are horny related. Shit.
Oh, that was my third bingo with sensual ear rub.
Yeah, I got a lengthy decon scene, a trip gets violated, just horny, sensual ear rub, and a shirtless bacula.
Oh, God. What is this show, man? So anyway.
I still have not gotten bingo either, but I'm still hoping.
Archer, T'Pol calls up to the bridge and asks Archer for a security detail while this wisp tries to convince her to undertake the crossing. And these 3 guys show up, they grab Reed and then go to lock him in his quarters. But again, like, these things can just swap in and out at will, it seems like. Why didn't they just pop out and go find somebody else?
Yeah, this is a question I asked myself multiple times. Like, if they're just being like restrained, can't they just like leave and find somebody else?
I don't know. So to give them the benefit of the doubt, I don't know, because like the other consciousness always returned to the body before the invader left. So I wonder if true. Like it, the body has to have something in it, So maybe they literally couldn't until the other one showed back up.
Yeah, maybe. So while they're locking Reed away, another wisp comes and grabs one of Trip's engineers.
Crewman Dorcas, no!
Yeah, I think his name was Rostov.
Rostov, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's been in a couple episodes before, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he has been, yeah.
Didn't he get taken by the Jizz Monster?
I don't think that was him. I thought that was
I thought that was a security officer.
No, those were definitely engineers.
Those are just crewmen, yeah.
There was a no-name secure crewman. Chad also got taken by the Jizz Monster later, but...
Archer asks Hoshi to have security pick up Rostov, but she informs Archer that there are a ton of crew members all across the ship now behaving oddly. Trip gets the impulse engines back online, but Archer's like, hang on a minute, we don't want to leave because, like a quarter of our crew might actually be missing here. Phlox discovers that the body-swapped crew have weird acetylcholine levels, and he can use that to help identify the ones that have been body-swapped on them. Phlox and T'Pol visit the mess hall to start trying to identify some. And then we get a scene where Travis now is trying to give a run to get away from one of these things, and winds up in the very familiar nacelle catwalk from, how many episodes ago was that?
A few, yeah.
Yeah. It was like 5 or 6 episodes ago.
By the way, like while T'Pol's in the mess hall, she finds some people and whatever, and then the security crew's like waiting outside. She goes outside and just gives them that look, and then they just know what to do. I want to be in a position like that. I want to be able to just look at like a pile of meat and that man to be like, I know exactly what you need, sir. It just goes and does it. Like, God, it's just so cool. Happens in Hollywood all the time. Also, fortunately, security crewman Chad's skull is just too thick to like penetrate. So like he's fine. He does not get inhabited the entire time.
Yeah, totally safe. But yeah, Travis manages to get away by jumping into the catwalk, and apparently the Wisps can't get in there, which comes up again later. Archer confers with Trip and asks him to transfer bridge controls back to the catwalk again. And we do get some scenes later on with the fiber optic cables just hanging down from the ceiling.
I noticed that,
yeah. Yes, they're lights, man. It's the 90s.
Sure. So Archer asks Hoshi to alert the rest of the crew to head for the catwalk, but turns out she's been crossed over. So the Wisp then tries to tell Archer that
when you say that, it sounds like somebody just did like a sweet basketball move on them and just dunked on their ass.
Or got cold read by John Edwards on that dumb show.
I keep thinking of that really dumb like miniseries that I think turned into a TV show at one point about like Revelations. Like it's like some Christian show, I think.
Like Left Behind?
Yeah, Left Behind. That's what I'm thinking of.
There was a book series first, actually.
Yeah. One of my aunts was super into it for a while.
Yeah, my uncle kept buying them for me. I never fucking read them either.
Oh, God. So yeah, the Hoshi Wisp now tries to convince Archer that he should partake, and that the rest of the crew would be remiss to not take the opportunity.
She's not convincing.
Maybe she's the one that, moaned about him being an explorer that doesn't want to explore or something. Can't remember which one it was. I know what you're talking about.
It's got to be at the end of Act 1 because that's where it is in my notes. So
okay, it was probably Reed then. So T'Pol and Archer round up as many of the crew as they can and dump everybody off in the catwalk. T'Pol offers to head back out and try to liaise with the Wisps, but Archer says it's too dangerous. And then T'Pol points out that Vulcans have a much more resolute mind than humans do, which turns out in this case, absolutely true. Hoshi's Wisp calls Phlox for help. Phlox is also, just chilling out in the med bay because they can't get him.
Phlox has got a fucking gun too, and it's so. I'm like, who gave Phlox a gun?
I know. I was like, what happened to do no harm, Phlox?
Which, like, he gets in there, and he obviously doesn't trust that she's actually got a problem with her leg, right? He thinks she's fake. Just stun her. What are you doing?
Shoot her in the face. Like, it's fine.
And so of course he didn't, and then she got the drop on him, but luckily he had a fast-acting ankle injection that got her knocked out in like a half a second.
Yeah, tranquilizer hypo sprays.
That's the favorite of medical staff in Starfleet everywhere.
Yeah, you know how when your vein from your ankle goes directly to your brain, like it doesn't pass anything on the way, so
it doesn't have to travel at all.
It works. It works instantaneously. Yeah.
So yeah, it knocks out Hoshi before she can disarm and shoot him. Oh, actually, she did disarm him, didn't she? She was like pointing the gun at him when he actually knocked her out.
Yeah, that's why he had to go for the ankle injection.
Oh, yeah, that's right. T'Pol, at this point, heads back out of the catwalk and encounters a Wisp. It enters her mind, but can't seem to like eject her own consciousness from her body. And then Phlox comes across her, just standing there, frozen in the hallway.
Yep, having an aneurysm.
And Phlox is just like, sup.
Yeah. So she does manage to stave off the Wisp and finds that the real reason the Wisps want to swap with them. Turns out their ship is failing, and they want to swap with the crew of Enterprise, at least as many of them as they can, to steal the ship to ensure their own species' survival.
So, okay. We find this is the real motivation. Also, what the fuck was like the creeper entity in Reed doing then? Like at least like Trips was like trying to lay this like false sense of like, oh, it's great, everything's fine. Meanwhile, fucking Captain Rapey inhabits Reed. What is he trying to accomplish?
It's like, who wants to go next? I do. No, Graspy, no.
Yeah, apparently they just wanted like a little side of fun with species survival. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was super creepy though. So at this point, they realize that they need a way to kick everybody that shouldn't be in a body off the ship. Archer asks Travis to find Trip. They got a little bit of a plan, but they need him to help. Travis then goes looking through the catwalk. I can't imagine this place is very big, but he's gone for a while.
My note here is missed him. It's not that big of a place. Like it's
a long hallway.
He can't seem to find Trip. Meanwhile, Phlox goes back on the hunt for an atmospheric control panel now, full EVA suit, because the plan is to release carbon dioxide into the air and basically knock out all of the affected crew.
So, okay, hold on.
Okay.
Mariah, you're a medical professional. Can you come back online, please? I have a question for you.
Oh, boy.
Okay. If you are knocked unconscious, are you effectively dead? Is that the same thing?
No.
Then this plan wouldn't work. Okay, thank you. This plan doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense.
I'll bill you.
What Phlox is saying is, and I directly quoted, because someone's like, well, what would happen if the body died while they were in it? And T'Pol says it would be no different than being exposed to space. They'd die, which is like, all right, well, first of all, they've been in space. Obviously, that's not true. But regardless, okay, fine. But then their plan is like, well, it's okay. We'll just kill the crew. They'll leave. And then Phlox can resuscitate them because he's that good of a doctor. But, like, that's not what they did. They knocked them out. The Wisps were like, well, fuck this shit. And then they just put oxygen back into the ship and everyone woke the fuck up. They were never actually dead.
Also, the part that confused me about this too is like, do they just expect their disembodied crew to be just like hanging around, aware of the plan, ready to jump back into the body?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's standard Wisp protocol, Chris. Were you not paying attention for that class?
Yeah, remember, we already defined that, in order for them to body swap, the previous soul has to come back.
Did we? I don't think we ever did define that.
Isn't it like a tornado drill? Like you do drills for that, right?
Yeah. You do a wisp drill? Yeah, wisp drills were great. They were always candy.
To be fair to the writers here, this is a little bit more than just getting knocked out. Like, they effectively suffocated these people.
As I say, they denied them oxygen, which, by the way, speaking medically, that's not good for your brain.
No.
It's not good for a wisp, apparently. Shit.
I can confirm that oxygen, not having oxygen is not good for your brain.
Yeah.
I can confirm that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like for every minute you're without oxygen, it's like gets real bad very quickly.
Yeah. A lot of brain damage.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this whole plan was stupid, and then they didn't actually enact the plan as specified, and it was still stupid.
Well, like, the funny thing here, right, is T'Pol originally recommended that they just book it with whatever crew they had left. And Archer's like, no, we can't just leave everybody. We have to pretend to murder everyone and then hope that all of these people come back and then we can leave. Like, this is crazy.
Like, I feel like this is like they started this show, this plot line with like something else in mind at the end, and it just didn't work. So they slapdashed this together at the end to like just resolve it at the episode.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So, anyway, that is the plan that they came up with. Phlox goes on the hunt for the control panels, and Trip, meanwhile, has been captured somehow by a wisp, or like was captured all along before they even got there.
Creepy.
Never really explained here.
That's
creepy ass Trip is just skulking in the background.
Yeah, he's just pressing buttons on panels, he like books it out of the catwalk at this point once Travis comes across him. punches Travis in the face on the way out.
He's like, why
just
Trip? Why
dips.
Trip? Travis is like, still thinks it's actually Trip this whole time. Doesn't
He's
ever assume it's
Hey,
one of
he
the
looks so
aliens.
hurt.
Hey, Commander, I'm trying to get a hold of Spash. Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
What a dick.
He's so upset about
Travis
it,
looks
too.
so sad. He's like,
He
what happened?
Thought we were friends, man. Yeah, so we cut back to Phlox, who's now having some trouble getting the panels off, and just comedically, Jesus, yanks it off with his full body and then flies and hits the wall behind him.
Why
You
is
know,
that
haha, very
panel
funny.
so tight?
Reasons,
What is the
shut up.
purpose of that?
You know, the problem is they used the same that same tool that they use to like torque nuts onto your car's wheel that you then have to like stand on to actually get to spin off again. It's that same tool.
Like a lug wrench?
Yeah.
Like a compression
okay.
wrench, yeah.
Yeah, the compression wrench. That's what
Yeah, the air wrenches, yeah.
Yeah.
Burp, 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 burp.
Oh, you don't have to stand on. No, he means a lug. He's just a lug wrench. There's just like
No. The
fucking
person using a
crowbar.
lug wrench has to stand on it to get it off because somebody else used the compression one to get it on.
I guess. I do like Phlox's dialogue here is really good because he's got this like medical precision to everything he's describing that like all it is like, how do you want me to lift this off right now? Like you have to tell me what to do.
Like, suppose like there's 2 buttons 3 centimeters apart. He's like, oh, got it. That makes total sense. Presses them and immediately removes it. Like, I love Phlox. Travis then reports the situation with Trip back to Archer, who then warns Phlox about the potential problem coming his way. Trip's wisp catches him right before he begins to vent the CO2.
Well, because I mean, like what he's trying to do, then he's got to set the dial on the atmosphere pipes to light poison. Like that's it's like a valve.
Yeah, there's a setting that says just enough to knock out the whole crew.
A dramatic unconscious setting.
Also, I know it's just for cinematic effect, but carbon dioxide, it's not visible. There were just like plumes of smoke piling out of this thing. Like, I don't think he would have actually seen anything when this was happening. I could be wrong.
No, it's they because they get their carbon dioxide from the dry ice that they got downstairs for the cocktail shrimp.
That's what it was.
So anyway, Trip goes out cold after inhaling too much of this gas, as does the rest of the crew outside the catwalk.
Okay, you did Phlox a disservice by not pointing out his sweet headbutt of Trip, man.
Oh, that is true.
The
Yeah,
shit out of Trip, and he is wearing. We didn't mention he's wearing an EVA suit, so he's not going to pass out.
sure. Yeah. Phlox then sees the wisps bail out of the human bodies and relays this back to Archer, who then directs them to full impulse.
Just wrote my note, like, Reed did some horrifying overacting, like whoever did Dominic or whatever. But then I have in all caps, that one just went into space.
Yeah. So the Wisp ship starts to follow, and at this point, their torpedoes actually do their job.
Oh shit! The missiles didn't suck.
The missiles don't suck.
They fire 2 out the back of the ship and into the bay of the Wisp vessel, which apparently is the weak point of the whole ship. So it just explodes.
It's the exhaust port of the.
It's the mouth.
Yeah.
Like you shoot them in the mouth and they die. That's how sharks work. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I learned that in Zelda with Dodongo. You got to throw the bombs in, and then it explodes, and then it's weak, so you can beat it up or whatever.
Yeah,
Fucking whale shark, man.
Yeah. So at that point, Trip comes to, and Phlox informs him that he'll need Trip's help unlocking all of the detained crew members' quarters, and we wrap the episode.
I guess there's not just a button for that.
No, unfortunately not.
They've got a button for light poison the entire ship, but not a button for unlock all the doors.
I was kind of surprised they didn't put those like time boots that they put on
the quarters boots. No, they've only got one, and it's on Daniel's quarters.
So anyway, how are you guys gonna rate this one?
3. Yeah, like a low 3. It was fine. It's standard Star Trek shit.
Low 3 for me. Nothing particularly interesting in this. Just it was a thing. Some things happened. The end. Yeah,
I also gave it a 3. Standard Trek. It makes me. I don't know. Like, I know we've talked about this before. I don't remember if we've talked about it on the pod or not, but like out of the podcast, we've talked about how it's nice with newer series in like modern television that they just do fewer episodes per season, but they're more quality episodes and you don't wind up with filler like this.
Well, and not necessarily quality per se, because Picard, but it is, at least they are on point. Like, they're focused. They got things to do, you know?
Right.
It's not just filler crap.
Right. All right. So threes all around. We're going to take a break here and then come back for this week's deep dive. Welcome back. So for this week's deep dive, I thought we could take a look at the history of possession or body swapping in Star Trek. This took me down a very long rabbit hole. I knew that it was a common
occurrence
theme in a lot of Star Trek episodes. There are a lot of Star Trek episodes where this happens.
Like, I was thinking back through TNG. I'm like, that happens like at least in like 10 episodes, I feel like.
It happens in the first like 3 episodes more than once in TNG.
So, there are 6 occurrences, not including Borg.
Okay.
There are a lot of Borg.
Yeah.
So I figure we'll start with the original series first here. Those old scientists. So they had 3, one of which is the actual last episode of the original series completely.
Oh, spoilers.
I know.
God, too soon, man. It's only been 60 years.
So the first one is Return to Tomorrow. So in this one, you've got they're like the last remaining species or members of a species that developed godlike telepathic powers and then waged a horrific war upon themselves that completely wrecked their planet. So these last few want to body swap with a couple of members of Enterprise's crew to build themselves android bodies so they can then, actually move around. And
sure. Yeah, that sounds like the most efficient way to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. When they find them, they're just living in these giant, I don't know if you guys have seen this episode, they're just living in these giant like golden balls on these pedestals. And like, it's really sad because there's a whole bunch of them in these rooms, and only 3 of them are still lit up, which means that everybody else is dead. It was a very like nihilistic episode. Like, it ends with them, the 2 like good ones, quote unquote, they wind up sacrificing themselves to like beat the one guy's political rival that had, possessed Spock and was trying to overthrow the ship. This is also the episode, like, I'm sure you've seen the clip a million times. Kirk winds up kissing like one of the lieutenants aboard. Not Uhura, different one. But Return to Tomorrow. The other big one, The Lights of Zatar. This is actually the episode where Memory Alpha, like the wiki, gets its name from. Memory Alpha is the planet where the Federation keeps its central library. While en route to visit the planet, Enterprise gets hit with a space storm that takes away everybody's voices. Spock infers that it wasn't actually natural. And then, again, another lieutenant winds up getting possessed by non-corporeal beings called the Zatarians.
Oh, those non-corporeal beings, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, they had a very different solution to their problem, though. Instead of just suffocating everybody, they subjected her body to 35 atmospheric pressures worth of pressure. And yeah, apparently that saved her though.
Here, I got it. So there's a space cloud that turns everybody into a fucking mime, right? And then we gotta squeeze the bitch till the thing comes out. Yeah, write that down.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck with this show? How is that the same episode?
I don't know.
Those are 2 separate episodes.
Then the last one from TOS was Turnabout Intruder. So this is the actual last episode of TOS. There's like this mad scientist lady named Janice Lester who performs a body swap with Kirk and then tries to take over the Enterprise. It winds up kind of like fading throughout the episode though. So like there's a couple of times where they swap back and then Kirk fights back, and that's how they wind up, getting her out of the ship.
Does Kirk double punch himself in the face?
Oh man, I don't remember. That would be really funny though.
It's the secret move to get them out of your head.
That's the Federation version of like a cyanide capsule in your tooth. It's like the double punch to your own face.
Yeah, it just like the back of your head just explodes.
Blows out. Yeah. They teach you to aim away from your captors, so the shards of your own skull get embedded in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a whole bunch in Next Generation, like you were saying, Chris. There are a ton of them. One was Conspiracy. That was the episode where like Remick goes through that like questionable special effects of like his face exploding.
Oh yeah, that's with the little like weird
scorpion
things that go in their necks and whatnot, right?
Yeah. Like they're like the SETI Alpha slugs, except that they are sentient and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I forget if we've talked about this on the podcast before. That whole episode was supposed to be about like the darker side of Starfleet, but then they decided that they didn't want Starfleet to be evil like at all. So they reworked the whole episode to just make it some like alien conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
As I understand it, it was supposed to be like an arc, but Gene Roddenberry's like, fuck you. And so it made it just the one episode instead. Yeah,
that's right. There's also like countless Borg episodes. I don't even want to like name off all of the individual ones, but it speaks to the whole like possession being the ultimate tragedy for the human condition, like loss of control of your own being and initiative, that kind of thing. So we're gonna skip over the Borg only because they're not super interesting in that way to me. I don't know.
You just have to stop it. They're not super interesting. Like, yeah, exactly.
Oh man, it's gonna be so fun going through Next Generation with you.
Nah.
The Borg don't even show up in Next Generation that much. It's like the Locutus like two-parter, the Q introducing them, and then like
that's true. They're like much heavier in Voyager, aren't they?
And a Borg, me, you, and a Borg named Hugh, whatever that fucking episode is. Like, and that's it. Yeah, no, they're all over Voyager.
So next up, TNG again, The Host. So I don't remember if this is the first time we see the Trill, but this is the one where the Trill ambassador visits Enterprise, falls in love with Crusher.
I think that is the first time we see the Trill. Yeah.
Yeah. His host gets killed and then temporarily joins with Riker in an attempt to save it, who then, in Star Trek, horny history, decides, I'm going to keep going after Dr. Crusher regardless of what Riker wants.
Yeah, and then gets put in a woman who then still wants to bang Crusher.
Yeah.
She's like, this is the 90s. I mean, we're kind of cool with that, but not all the way yet.
The Trill are fucking queer icons. Like this second, just like the Babadook.
The Babadook. Next up is the Schizoid Man. This is the one where
that's not a PC sentence anymore.
Yeah, I know. Dr. Ira Graves. This is the guy who claimed to be Data's grandfather.
Data.
Yeah. Transfers his consciousness into Data as he's dying.
To know me is to love me.
Okay, that was a fun episode.
Yeah, it was
those
fun.
Who know me love me. Those who do not love me from afar.
It was so good.
Oh my god.
TNG Masks. So this one's kind of like a little bit of a crossover because it makes an appearance in Lower Decks. Later on down the line. They find some weird signals coming from a rogue comet that magically hacks into Enterprise's computer systems and then takes over Data.
Excuse you, it's not magically, it's scientifically.
Sure, okay. So yeah, the
rogue comet scientifically hacks into the Enterprise.
Yeah, the being's name is Masaka. It says that it's the sun goddess for the extinct Darcy civilization. Man. It was. I feel like Data got taken over quite a bit in TNG.
Because
they visit that a couple of times.
Well, he's a fucking android, yeah.
Yeah.
Although Picard got taken over more than once.
That is true. But yeah, this is the same civilization's masks that later possess Captain Freeman in Lower Decks Room for Growth. Next up is also TNG Power Play. So we talked about this when I was doing the horror deep dive for Halloween. This is where the space pirates were decorporealized and then forced to live in storms on a prison planet forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they take over Data again.
Yep, Data again. Troy and O'Brien.
Yeah.
And then they take some hostages into 10 Forward.
You know, and I'm just going to throw this out there, future alien races and stuff. Non-corporeal existence in a nebula or a storm that anyone can just kind of fucking fly through is not a good punishment. Like, it doesn't seem to work out great, ever.
No. Mm-hmm. No. Always seems to backfire, but not for the people who did it for some reason.
Yeah, no, they had a great time.
Yeah. And then the last one that I had from TNG was one of the worst episodes of Star Trek ever, Sub Rosa.
Oh, God.
It's a ghost trying to like hook
Crusher
up with Beverly Crusher.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, it's that one. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was that one or the non-corporeal being that put a baby in Troy. Like,
yeah.
That was weird.
Was it Star Child or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
That was so fucking stupid.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb. Like not nearly as like the concept was silly, but like Sub Rosa is just so bad on so many levels.
Yeah. I didn't
You're
have
just
any.
Jealous you don't have a family dildo.
Oh God. I didn't have any specific DS9 episodes to call out. There's a whole bunch of times where either like the prophets or the paw wraiths.
There's the paw wraiths taking
I never liked any of those
was
plots.
like the big one.
Well, the only one that I kind of liked was the one where like they had the ghost story about the one level on DS9 and Jake Sisko winds up getting taken over. That was kind of fun only because it was sort of like a campfire story. And I'm a sucker for that, I guess. Too much Are You Afraid of the Dark as a child.
I was just about to say the same goddamn thing. It's like, don't go in the pool.
Yeah. There were actually a number of Voyager episodes that came up as hits on this as well.
There are.
Yeah, so Cathexis, Chakotay loses consciousness while checking out his
I'm sorry,
nebula.
who?
Chakotay.
Chakotay, sorry.
Chakotay. Chakotay. Fucking
Chakotay.
And the walls fell.
Chakotay loses consciousness while checking out a dark matter nebula, then spends the rest of the episode possessing random crew members to help them escape from the nebula, fight off the incorporeal Komar beings that are trying to like lead Voyager into the nebula, and then save himself with like the mix of some like Native American appropriation with some sort of device.
That's pretty much his solution to a lot of goddamn problems.
Yeah, this one felt weird to even like read about. I don't know.
God damn it.
Warlord was another episode. So Tyrion, the deposed former autarch of
that was a
Alari.
great episode. Oh, he takes over Kess's body.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was such a good episode. Surprisingly good politics from like a Star Trek. God damn, that episode was great.
The funny thing was, I wound up watching this because, again, I have like zero history with Voyager, and I was trying to figure out how to pronounce this guy's name and then the species name, and it took a surprising amount of time into the episode before I finally heard it. So like,
yeah,
it was pretty good though. I liked it.
Well, considering that you watched it in like a complete vacuum, like you don't know much about Kess's character or anything, like
no,
that's impressive.
I picked up she's got like some like psychic powers or something.
Yeah, by then she does. Yeah, she doesn't start with them, but then she kind of develops them through season 2.
Then shortly thereafter leaves the show.
Well, that's too useful for someone to have.
Well, no, that wasn't the problem. I think the actor had an issue. Like, I think
they hired Jerry Ryan.
Well,
no,
so
I
just saw the other day she's like had multiple run-ins with the police, and she just got arrested the other day for something.
No. I think. Sorry, when I say had an issue, I mean I think she had an issue with someone on the show, like one of the producers or something.
Okay.
I'm assuming Braga because he's a dick, but like I can't make that make that statement because I don't know for certain.
Next up is quite possibly my favorite entry on this entire list. Warhead. A sentient alien missile takes over the Doctor.
Yeah, it does. Oh, that was a great one.
I remember that now.
Yeah, the fucking Warhead. Oh, God, what a dumb episode.
Oh, man, I can't wait to get to this one.
Fucking Voyager. Warhead, man.
Dude, every time
by the time they got to the end of Voyager, they were like, "What do you fucking got? Like, let's go, let's fucking great."
This is gonna be great.
Like, listen, he's a missile, but he takes over the Doctor. It's fine. Shut the fuck up. It'll work. God damn it, just print it.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah. Next up from Voyager is Vis-a-Vis. Steth, an alleged test pilot, steals Paris's DNA so that he can body swap with him, and then like kicks Paris onto his old ship, and then assumes Paris's life on Voyager.
Oh yeah, he was like on the run, so
Yes.
like he was like body swapping. That one was fun because
This
like
one is fun because
they had
the
to
people who
track
capture.
them. They had to keep tracking them through like 6 or 7 different swaps, and they had to like go like it was like this whole detective trail. It was actually pretty cool.
My favorite part of this is the people who like finally catch up with Paris, thinking that he's Steph, realize that he's not, and then team up with him to get Steph.
Yeah.
That's so great. Body and soul. So again, studying a comet. What I've learned through all of this is that
Don't go to comments. Yeah,
Don't go to comments.
Hey.
Yeah, the Delta Flyer gets attacked, and then the Doctor has to hide inside of 7 of 9's implants because apparently some aliens have problems with holographs.
That was a fantastic episode because you got to watch Jerry Ryan be Robert Picardo,
Yeah.
and it was
Yes,
fucking
remember
amazing because she's such a good actor.
I was watching clips of this episode. It looks so good. It looks so freaking
good.
funny.
It's so good because you can see it in her face like immediately. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then next up chronologically, in terms of like the series release date, Enterprise, we are going to get another body swap coming up in a couple seasons here. They have an alien species called the Organians, which might be the worst name I've ever heard for an alien species.
Yeah, Leia's one of those.
Yeah. They're studying
They're organic, just Organians. Fuck it, it's fine.
So write that down.
Write that down.
They're studying the response of the Enterprise's crew after a fatal silicon-based virus gets picked up by Hoshi and Trip on an away
God
mission.
damn, those are the worst.
Yeah. Sounds terrible. And then the last one I had here was from Strange New Worlds, Spock Amok. That's the Freaky Friday with T'Pring.
Yes.
This sounds an awful lot like shenanigans or hijinks.
Or hijinks.
Shit. Fucking, I don't like hijinks.
So funny.
All right. So there you go. That is a list of a lot of fun episodes that I found while looking this up.
So you didn't even like... Well, I guess you're talking about Possession straight up. Because, like, you mentioned the Warhead episode of Voyager, but you didn't mention the one where the space shuttle... like fucking inhabits Tom's brain too. Like,
Oh no!
like they were pretty much just like, what inanimate object can we have be sentient next? Like, I was like, yeah. So then, like a fucking chair out of the mess hall gains sentience, right? And it's gonna take over 7 of 9.
They got a wheel with like just pictures of shit, and they're just hitting the arrow and spinning it. Shuttle, all right, guys.
So Neelix's spatula comes to life, right?
He's so tired of his bad cooking.
Just a sentient replicator that fucks up everybody's orders just to mess with them.
Shit.
These are some really fun episodes, though.
Oh
These
my
might
God,
be some of the best of all of Star Trek.
Voyager has some of the best filler because, like, they had so much like to work with.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh god. All right.
Oh god damn. Whew.
We're gonna take another break here and then come back for some potpourri.
Welcome back, everybody. So today for Potpourri, I wanted to. It's funny because I was actually thinking, like, maybe I'll go into some of the non-corporeal bullshit that this show has done over the years. I am glad that I did not, because that is way too close to Rob. But But well, Rob's deep dive. He himself is actually very corporeal. Did I think I just called you fat, man. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You did throw a very in there.
Yeah, I think I'm the most corporeal out of the four of us here. Anyways, so instead, what I wanted to do was watch with you the intros to all of the shows.
okay.
And like kind of get our feet wet with starting to think about like which songs we like the most, which intros we like the most, and so on and so forth. So, for the ones listening on on the podcast, I will play a legally acceptable amount of the audio so that you can kind of hear what we're talking about. If there's a lot of banter during the thing, I'll like clip it real short so it's easy to listen to. But I'll knock some stuff out in the editing booth, no big deal. So what we're gonna do though is we're gonna go in broadcast order, and I'm going to assign a person to like recap it after we watch it real quick. Okay, so we're gonna start with Chris with the original series. No. Sorry, Chris. Did you just start one on your side? Because it sounded exactly like...
Perfect reproduction.
I'm just going to type Star Trek into Paramount here.
It's like I'm there.
The original series. It's next to DS9.
Fucking Jesus Christ. There's
Left
like
of DS9.
7. I'm just going to pick an episode because I didn't actually queue any of this up because I suck. All right, here we go. Oh God, a Halo ad!
Second season's out. Never finished the first.
Is it out? No, I think it's out next week.
No, the first 2 episodes are already out.
Oh. Well, the first season was really good, actually.
I enjoyed it.
I don't believe either of you.
There we go.
All right, so Chris, you're in charge of summarizing this shit.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
While it's going or after?
No, you can do it after. So I will say, like, this is the current Paramount one, so these are using the CGI ships instead of the little models.
Where no man has gone before.
Do they still do the... Oh, they do the whooshes.
Whoosh. So 70s, man.
I'm very excited to go back and watch TOS.
Man, it's weird that I have nostalgia for this, even though I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen any of it? I thought you watched at least a couple
I've seen like
episodes.
3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't remember there being that much drums in the original series.
Oh
intro.
yeah, no, they bongoed the shit out of it. So what was
so
you think,
many
Chris?
bongos. It's shorter than a lot of the intros for one.
Is that a shortened version, or was that how long it always was?
I feel like that was shortened.
Yeah, so it...
Matthew, did you try?
No, not at all. Have you met me?
Yeah, we get the whoosh. We hear Captain Kirk boldly going, and we hear some bongos and some wee-wee-oos, and yeah, it was fun. It did set the stage for like pretty much how every intro now has to be.
It is funny because when we get to TNG, it's going to be like, yes, like, man, they definitely copied that playbook for note for fucking note. But you also get that standard like to boldly go where no man has gone before, which they said man in that one. I don't know if you heard, instead of no one.
Right.
Because later they changed it to no one to be a little more inclusive. All right, so Rob, you're going to take care of the animated series. Have any of us seen this?
Never, not one episode.
Nope.
Cool.
I have not either.
I have not either. I don't even know if this shit starts with a cold open or not. Nope.
Space, the final frontier.
The recorded Captain Kirk intro.
Whoosh.
They were the original voice actors, man.
Oh my god.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds.
So like this, I think, is a cartoon version of the original series.
Yeah, it does look a lot like it. How does it look?
No one has gone before.
How did they make it? How did they make the cartoon look more
Slightly
fake or
different
less fake?
tune in this part.
This is a different song.
The song is different. Yes. It almost sounds like like a 70s game show version.
Dude, no, you know what this reminds me of? It's like the music from the Hershey's Chocolate World ride at Hershey Park.
What a Pennsylvania reference. Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm really excited to move
I've
back
been on
home.
it twice and I don't remember. It. I don't know. To me, it sounds like a Price is Right kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
that
like-
70s, vibe.
Yeah, it's like I Dream of Jeannie or Bewitched
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like all those shows that were on
Bewitched.
like Nick at Night.
The
Bewitched,
maracas
although-
going in the background.
Although
and-
Bewitched was from the 50s.
yeah.
Oh damn.
Like, it was black and white, man. Dick Van Dyke
Yeah.
looks young. Okay, cool. So then we get to Next Generation.
PNG.
Who's doing this one?
Yeah,
You.
yeah, you can do it, Chris.
Okay.
I forgot Leo was trying to watch Encounter at Farpoint. He actually got further into it than I expected him to, because I'm like, that's just gonna be boring as hell, dude.
The first couple seasons of TNG.
Now this
are a little
intro changed at one point.
rough. Did it?
Yes, because they started using CGI planets and shit instead of.
Yeah, you're gonna need to get in a little bit.
God damn, Patrick Stewart, come on.
No, that's it. You're there.
Look at that model.
Oh man, look at that young Jonathan Frakes and the frilly tabard on Worf.
The Frilly Tavern.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and they've still got the wainscoting fucking uniforms.
No collar. No collars, too, on the uniforms. Looks terrible.
My favorite.
All right, hold on. I do like the strings slowly coming in
Yeah.
for this.
Are those strings?
They started there.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore.
Continuing mission. We don't want to get ourselves locked
seek
into
out
5
new
years
life
here.
and new civilizations.
Mm-hmm.
To boldly go where no
Boldly
one has
go.
gone before.
Where are we gonna get the ball to go?
When they go get the bowl to go?
Yeah, I mean, it's the classic, the classic Star Trek speech, and then
And then,
The
and then
full horns
so
come in
many
and everything.
fucking
Lots
whooshes.
of whooshes. So
God
many
damn.
whooshes. Whoosh. You're like, I heard y'all like some whooshes.
Whoosh.
To say that the intro from the original was an inspiration isn't doing it justice.
Yeah, they're really not. I think the music is just much more. I don't know.
The original series music sounds like a 60s era TV show.
Right.
This shit sounds like we're about to introduce
epic
the fucking
journey, yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on 1 second. This has got to be a later edition.
With Wheaton.
I was thinking the same thing actually.
Do you see those little people in there?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There's no way those were in there in the original.
That's supposed to be the briefing room, right?
No, that's the
Yeah.
bridge.
No, that's not the bridge. The bridge
That's
is on the
the-
other side.
Yeah, the bridge is in the front.
Oh, this is. Wait, you think this is
Like-
the
That's the ready room.
The
The
ready room.
yeah. No, the ready room is the captain's quarters. The briefing room is the one with the long table.
No.
the
Oh, you're talking
windows
about the
look like the
meeting
briefing room.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I did not know that was on the same little thing.
The little nipple.
You know what? Those might have actually been there because I don't think those actors were actually moving. I think they were just like little sliding shadows. Crazy. I
One last
never
whoosh.
noticed that till just now.
Yeah. I mean, it's classic. I think it
It's the best.
brings you
one.
into the more kind of epic feeling of what it's the Trek Through the Stars instead of just a 60s game show.
That's the
But,
intro that I remember.
Yeah.
All right, now hold on. Let's see season 7's. Because if I recall correctly, and I could be wrong, but I remember it feeling. I think the planets and shit changed.
I think they shortened it.
Oh, this episode is so stupid.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
All right, that was a good line though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, yeah. This is the shit
Oh
I
yeah.
remember.
Hmm.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
not in the soul system.
Yeah, no. Because in the original, the first one, we're flying by Earth and then Saturn and then Jupiter and shit.
Well,
And then-
Enterprise, like the Enterprise intro for the show we're watching right now, changes after the second season.
Yeah, they made the shortened version of it and shit. Yeah.
And they had this like guitar riff into it, which is weird.
Oh, nice job with the stars there, guys. Whew.
Yeah. All right, we
this
move on
shit's
to the next
all
one.
the same. Yeah. So obviously they got some budget for some CGI on their intro there. All right,
Woo.
and then DS9. DS9. Rob, you can go ahead and do this one.
Okay.
My subtitle for this intro sequence is camera angles.
Camera angles.
Oh yeah.
It also starts the flying through the comet tradition.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Speaking of, we're flying through a comet. Well, the tail of a comet.
I like the
If you wanna
horns
fly
on
through
this
the
That
one.
one horn, yep.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember the old Carl Sagan? What was
Cosmos.
that documentary? Cosmos.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of reminds me of.
It does
Just
actually.
like-
Actually, and the newer Cosmos uses the same
Bum, bum, bum.
Thor like core music,
Yeah.
the Neil deGrasse Tyson one, and we watched all of those, and yeah, it does sound very similar.
It just feels very epic. You know.
Still got a whoosh in there, even though it's
You
a
got a
station.
whoosh and a The very
This feels
solitary
very military.
horns in this,
Yeah,
as
and I
opposed to
think-
like Next Generation, where it was more
Right,
pull,
and I'm
hold.
wondering, like, if that was on purpose because they're like, this one station out here in the middle of,
Yeah. Yeah, they're like a lone outpost,
right?
like close to enemy territory. There is a
Yeah,
lot
the
of
rest of the
military
hordes come in.
stuff in this series.
Terry Farrell. Apparently, she's really nice as a person.
My sister was just humble bragging to me and another friend while we were playing Uncharted earlier because her and her friends got to meet Bryce Dallas Howard while they were at a film festival.
I don't know who
They
that
like-
is.
She plays the female lead in Jurassic World.
Oh, okay.
Ron Howard's daughter.
I did not know that.
I did. Wormhole.
Wormhole.
She directs a lot of Star Wars stuff, episodes.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, we're into the classic, instrumental
Yes.
intro space stuff. I appropriate for the show.
Yeah, I really like that one.
That was it's funny because like that one, if more than any of them, that one simultaneously feels Star Trek while also feeling unique.
Different. Yeah.
Like and I understand TNG and the original series ones, they don't sound the same, but they evoke the same feelings of like this like excitement and fanfare. Where like the Deep Space Nine one is just so like
I feel
I
like
don't know, solitary.
I feel like somebody. Yeah, I feel like somebody was like, okay, music guy, I want you to make taps, but not sad.
That's a great way to think about it. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. It sounds like that lone military bugle.
Yeah.
All right, Voyager time.
I heard this one 4 times today, so I'm pretty
Jesus.
familiar with it.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, this one.
Go, go.
Bum. This one's on you,
Whoosh.
Chris, I think.
Yeah.
There's always a whoosh.
Whoosh, instrumentals, flying by the sun or a comet. Is there a
That's-
comet in this one?
There is. That sun spooges right in your face.
Yeah.
And this one, to me, like just watching this, it's like, oh right, this is when they got CGI nailed
Right.
down.
Yeah, as I say, much heavier into the CGI than the other ones. Like,
And it looks
and the other
fine.
ones, yeah, like you'd have the ship fly across, but like here Voyager's going through some wispy nebula. It looks all fancy.
Oh, man. I like this one too. This sounds cool. This sounds like the opening cinematics of like a big budget movie.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, swelling horns and whooshing. Yeah, I mean this is right on par. This is a Star Trek intro, but
I'm sorry,
with
we get a
fancier
ring
graphics.
in this one. Maybe not a
Yeah.
comet per se. You can actually see a reflection of the Voyager. When I was a child, I thought it was the baddest ass thing.
Oh.
That's so cool.
And then this fucking planet that's got a light side and a dark side that is lit by a nebula. Fucking cool. Yeah. Whoever did the set, like the level design, for lack of a better term, of these credits, did a good fucking job.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
I like it.
And now I'm going to make you watch this because I know y'all fucking haven't.
Oh, God.
I can't hit that skip button fast enough on this.
I've watched it every single time.
Faith of the heart.
Oh, look, the show's already over. Thank God. Been a long road.
So, did anybody know why they decided to depart from the formulae?
Because they had faith.
Stop it.
I don't actually, Rob.
You mean Chris? I was asking if either of you had read anything as to why.
I do. I don't. Oh, you don't either?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, no. I thought you were the one who said that you did know.
Nope. I do not.
And, like, they went completely different in every way. Because, like, this doesn't have just the Enterprise flying the fuck around or whatever. It's, like, clips of...
So basically, we can blame our old friends for this, Rick Berman and Brandon Braga, because they wanted to do something different after Voyager. Apparently, unrelated. One idea that they had was to spend the first season entirely on Earth and only launch the Enterprise during the finale.
Whoa.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. That might not have been that bad. Like, that might have been interesting, because we don't see that shit. You know.
I don't know. Not for Star Trek.
Although they would have ruined it, I'm sure. So good. Come on. It's classic. It's classic.
I will say, Faith of the Heart has grown on me.
See? It does.
It's still not
like
good.
a cancer.
I didn't say it was good. I said it grew on you.
It's just not what I want out of a Star Trek intro.
All right, so next is Discovery, actually.
Disco. I don't even remember Disco's entry.
I'm going to be honest, I do not either. So, Rob, I think you're up for this one? I don't remember.
No, I just did Enterprise.
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We're both
Did anyone really do it?
It'd be funny if they just have cold opens.
Oh, that's right. They do this like art sketchy thing.
Yeah, they've been doing that lately.
Yeah.
Because Picard also does that kind of shit, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
What a dumb-looking ship. I fucking hate the Discovery ship design.
Oh, I don't mind it.
I don't hate it.
I'm sorry, that twirly bullshit, their little pirouette they have to do when they jump into fucking
but here we go back
mode
to,
or whatever.
We go back to the traditional instrumentals and...
Okay, and I mean this in the sincerest way possible. When I hear those little bing, bing, but then the TNG theme doesn't start up, I feel like I'm being edged right now. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Needs more theremin.
We got an eyeball.
Why is there an eyeball? Like, I get this stuff. Like, this stuff is related to the show. What was with the eyeball?
Strings.
Oh, I do remember this now. I really like this one.
I don't hate it. It's definitely more. It's not as epic.
It feels very 2010s show.
It's very inquisitive, less so than epic.
Yeah,
it feels like is this like very similar? Maybe it's just my brain's doing it, but is this very similar to the intro to like that Sherlock show with Benedict Cumberbatch?
You're not wrong.
It is. It also reminds me a lot of the intro to the Kelvin Timeline movies.
Aren't those just a sped up version of the original series? Bob.
There's just not enough. There's just not enough space in that one.
Yeah, there's no space. It's just like
there
a
was
spaceship.
No space. Space
like
is
I like
black.
the colors and I like the concepts of like you're creating things, but there's no space. You about to play my favorite?
It's a lower. What about lower? Are we doing lower decks first, or like
we will? But I gotta think of when things. This is hold on. We had Discovery. Was Picard next?
Yeah.
That lower decks came out before Picard.
Oh.
That's
Oh, I
well,
don't
it's not
know.
my favorite.
I
Space
came to both
Daddy's
of
my
those
favorite.
late, so I'm not sure.
Space Daddy's the last one.
Oh, that's my
Strange New
favorite.
Worlds?
Because Picard launched before Strange New Worlds did.
Are you being sarcastic, Mariah, or is it actually your favorite?
It is actually
It's
my
her-
favorite.
Her
Okay.
favorite intro.
I feel like it combines the best of everything. Like it's got that.
Oh, we gotta do Prodigy too.
Sorry. Oh, Prodigy's probably a good one too.
Prodigy's a good one.
That was quite the click there.
You like that?
Yep, here we go back to our standard.
But like, I feel like of course it is because Lower Decks is kind of
Right, it's
poking fun.
yeah.
Oh, it falls into the black hole.
Everything, yeah, it just fails, but then doesn't fail every time.
This feels very TNG.
You know what this fucking feels like now that I'm hearing it with people?
Galaxy
It
Quest?
feels like Galaxy Quest. Yes, exactly what I was going to say. It feels just like Galaxy Quest's theme.
Clips the ice there.
This scene
Snopes
here,
the fuck out of this battle. Yeah.
this
Yeah.
battle, did you know that gets more and more complicated?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Every time.
it's fucking funny.
It's so good.
Jerry O'Connell. Wait,
Yeah, he was Jerry O'Connell was the Riker, or not the Riker, the Tom Paris guy who wasn't actually Tom Paris.
the Tom Paris guy who wasn't actually Tom Paris. No, that was fucking Duncan McNeil. That was the
Are you
same
sure?
guy. Yes, Jerry O'Connell is the guy who's in Sliders.
I know who Jerry O'Connell is. I thought it was
Who
him
is
who
Jerry
voiced it.
O'Connell's in? No, that was actually Duncan McNeil.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Who is Jerry O'Connell? Oh well, yeah. Someone look that up.
Looking
Who is Jerry O'Connell in The Cradle of Vexillin? Jerry O'Connell. Okay, hold on. Let me go over to Prodigy because actually Prodigy is going to be before.
He's Jack Ransom.
I was gonna say it was in the main credits, so I thought he might be a measure. Wow, his voice is so different as Jack Ransom.
Yeah.
Huh. Gee, apparently the Puss in Boots show is really good. Okay, Chris, I know you have seen this. Rob, have you seen any of Prodigy?
I have not, no.
Does it just start in the... Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I like this.
It's actually a pretty good intro.
It's a good intro, yeah, for sure.
So this might be a stupid question. Is Prodigy the name of the ship?
Yes.
No, the Protostar.
Protostar, that's right, yeah.
I think it's called Prodigy because it's for kids.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like it features like young.
And they and they are
Characters.
young characters. Well, most of them are.
True, yeah.
There's also like an ageless, non-corporeal entity as one of the main characters, but whatever.
Yeah. He's like the Covenant of the the last arc. The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah. If you look at it,
open
you
it up.
die, you melt. Yeah.
This feels very hopeful.
Yeah.
Yes. Proto Drive.
Bitches got 2 warp cores in it.
Was the second one actually a warp core
Does
No,
have a
it has
third
2
big
warp
cell?
cores and
and the Proto Drive?
the proto drive, yeah.
Is that what like that middle warp nacelle is?
The middle thing is the Proto Drive. It does not have 2 warp cores. It has 2
does.
nacelles.
No, it has 2 warp cores. It's in like the second episode.
Oh man, I remember that shit. Jesus, it's a fucking fast ass ship, is what it was.
I know that literally because I watched it with the kids like 2 days ago.
Oh man, look at you, fucking working overtime.
Being a good dad and stuff.
All right, Picard. Rob, you have not watched any of Picard?
I watched the cold open of the first episode, and then I decided to go back and finish Discovery first, which also didn't happen.
So fucking bad. Which also didn't happen.
Because Stranger New
Do you-
Worlds
do
came
you
out,
hear-
and then we started doing
Do you
this
hear
podcast.
the fireworks in the background?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what that is? For
Yeah,
the
the
Super... did the
Chiefs
Chiefs
just
win?
won. Yeah, they just won.
See,
in
it's
overtime.
rigged, man. Chris was right. They won in overtime?
Overtime, and like the last second, it was pretty dramatic.
Oh, God. See, this is where I can't even say Chris is wrong. Like, that sounds rigged. Fucking crazy-ass Romulans.
Okay, that was kind of cool.
The graphics are cool.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I mean, I will, and it's fine. It doesn't have to, but it is very not Star Trek.
Yeah, very not.
You know what this already reminds me of?
I think the scenes change based on the episode too.
Do you remember the intro to House?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of graphically feels like that.
I believe the images for House are all out of Grey's Anatomy's, like that old
This is just
book.
sad string music.
This, it feels, you know what? It feels like music you would hear in a movie where the dog definitely dies. Like, that's what this sounds like.
Marley, no!
It's like, you know why? That's where the red fern grows. God damn it.
Oh, there's another eyeball.
So many eyeballs.
Eyes are very important.
Man, Cosmos starts with a fucking eyeball, too.
Oh, Picard.
Jesus Christ, man.
I feel like...
Where did that horn come from? Was he late? He just showed the...
Jesus.
Jonathan Frakes.
This episode was directed by Jonathan Frakes.
He directed so many episodes of Star Trek series.
A lot of his are very good, though. I am glad that they brought him on as a director.
He's a good director. He directed First Contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he may have been one of the writers on it, too.
Now it's time for the best one.
Cat and Daddy time.
I'm honestly trying to fucking remember this one so bad.
I just love the colors, and it pulls in a lot from the original series.
Oh, yeah.
It manages to feel like modern retro. It's very cool.
And I love all the rainbows. I love it.
Pew!
Space.
That's not even like the intro, though. Yeah, here we go.
The final frontier.
Like seeing all the lights come on the front of the hull.
And
like,
his
this
voice.
is cool.
Edges of the starship.
Yeah, you gotta light... I mean, you need a lot of lights on a spaceship, because space is dark. You gotta light that shit up, man. I don't know why this ship's got headlights.
To seek out
Fucking
new life
impeller.
and new civilizations
That's a good intro.
This is a great intro.
where no one has gone before.
Whoosh! Oh, I like the drums, yeah.
It's just like the string staccato.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a lot of musical referencing to the original show.
Right.
Yep.
Such good CG, too.
I don't know, that one wasn't great. Of course, this is only the second best.
Are you talking about the variant?
What?
The variant to the Strange New Worlds intro.
Yeah. That one's the best. We'll watch that one in a second.
The acapella one?
Yeah.
The acapella one. Oh, no, I forgot about that one. No, the other variant.
Oh, the animated one.
Yes.
And this part.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Oh, that throw in that fucking whistle.
So good. They
Was
throw
it
it in there at the end.
theremin,
The
yeah.
theremin.
Yeah.
So good.
I didn't remember. Is this one actually done? Oh, that's right. It is an acapella.
It's on Subspace Rhapsody is the acapella one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I was aware of which one would have it. Thank you. There's been 20 episodes
Such
of
a
the
good
show.
episode.
Only one of them was about singing.
Ooh.
Space.
God, I love this episode so much. It's so fun.
These are the voyages of the starship.
I don't know that
Enterprise.
I guess when I was watching, I probably noticed, but I didn't
It's
remember that
5-year
it was a
mission.
cappella.
To explore strange new worlds.
Puh.
To seek out
Like, how fun is that?
and new civilizations. To boldly go.
I wonder if they got, like, a professional choir to do this, or if it's actual cast members.
100% they got a professional choir, acapella group to do it.
Oh, it's not okay, so it's not acapella the whole thing, but parts of it are okay. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a bass drum in there.
There's definitely some like stringiness going on too.
I wound up watching the Ready Room episode about this episode, and it was so fun hearing how excited the crew was to do this. A whole bunch of them are like trained for Broadway.
Of course they are.
Of course they are. Like,
it's so good.
Special guest star Jerry O'Connell. Oh, because he was Ransom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Fucking fuck. Also, the translation of the lower decks uniforms to real life uniforms, fucking amazing. Those uniforms are great. Oh man, I was laughing so fucking hard here.
I was too.
And Mariah's like, "What?" I'm like, "I it's animated."
I'm like, yes.
The voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
And actually, Mariah asked me, and I didn't know the answer. Do you think this is like? Did they just take the same intro but just put like a
rotoscope?
Well, no, just a different. Because they have the 3-dimensional assets. So do they just put a different, like, put the cell shading over the meshes, you think?
Maybe.
Because I feel like that would be very easy to accomplish, you know?
I wonder. That's great.
And I like there's a couple of little Easter eggs for lower decks in here, too. Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everything's on fire.
I'm only annoyed that I don't think it actually goes and sees that like crazy ass battle.
Right.
Thurman.
Oh, so good.
Well, what was with the koala bear there in the background?
Oh, that's right. The drop arrows in the it was from one of the lower decks episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's what I assumed.
I forgot about that. I don't remember specifically.
Was it in the one from what's its name? Meepu?
Moopsie. No, it was not Moopsie.
Moopsie. Oh gosh. Well.
So yeah. You know, the intros have gotten. I don't know. They definitely changed. They have definitely changed over time. But it is kind of nice that the newer ones are doing a lot of callbacks to the older ones. I think that like they all have a character to them that I appreciate, even if I don't like that specific one per se. Yeah. They all do in general have a very different feel.
Mm-hmm.
From, you know, kind of very, you know, campy 60s to like swelling, hopeful late 80s to, you know, the dog definitely dies at the end of Picard. You get like, they all feel very different. So anyways, that's what I had today. That ran a little long on our end, but hopefully once it cuts down all the silence and shit, and like I said, I will make legally valid clips from the various songs and stuff to put into the actual episode. Yeah, hopefully that was semi fun to listen to. You boys got anything else before I wrap us out?
Nope, I don't think so.
Nothing here.
Alrighty. Well, thank you again for listening. Once again, you can find us on any of the platforms. So if you could go on there, rate, review, tell your friends about us, that would be awesome. We would really appreciate that. You can reach us, you know, at the end of the outro music. We put some plugs. You can always reach out to us there. I will answer anything that I get, because we don't get much. And we will be back next week. So awesome. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Captain's Log Supplemental. You can follow us on Twitter at PodCLS or send us hate mail at podcls3@gmail.com.